Hi, I'm Jaysen,
And I'm Jaysen.
and this is WhatchaSayJ. So today's episode, we're going to be doing another good news recap.
Fantastic. I enjoyed the first one.
Yes, it's if you haven't seen episode 1, go ahead and maybe come back, go look at that, and then come back here and watch today's. But
You can never have too much good news.
that's very true. Very true. It's good for your soul.
I agree.
It's like a hot cup of tea. So,
Cocoa. I like cocoa.
you're not a tea drinker?
No.
I guess neither am I. I don't. It's just a figure of speech.
All right. Well, what do you got, Jaysen?
All right, so today, the story that I was hoping to talk a little bit about is actually about a little girl who is 3 years old, and she's from a Vietnamese family. Her name is Caitlin Nguyen, and they're from California, and she was born with a birth defect that had like a glandular lymph node type of problem, which causes really large malformation on the side of her face, which is not good. I mean, it was making it hard for her to talk and hard for her to eat. So she did what would be considered normal, and they applied to their insurance company to have it taken care of. And lo and behold, they decided it wasn't a required surgery, so they weren't going to cover it.
Wow.
And so this family was not in a position to afford that type of care out of pocket. So they weren't sure what they were going to do. But out of nowhere, an anonymous donor stepped in and actually paid for the surgery for the girl.
That's amazing.
So it was a $10,000 procedure too. So this was not chump change by any means. And so she's had the surgery at this point. And this is within the last week and is recovering nicely. But the only thing that's amazing for somebody to do.
I think that's really great. That's, like you said, we hear so much bad news. And when you hear somebody that steps up and does something like that, it's really a treat to hear things like that.
Yes. So anonymous donor out there, we salute you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, so I've got one I'd like to share. This actually happened pretty recently. Down in Tennessee. What do we have? We have the Giles family is celebrating 2 miracles after the 20-year-old mom opened her eyes and saw a picture of her newborn child.
Okay.
All right, so Sharista Giles was in a car accident. She was pregnant, and she went into a coma. So she wound up having to give birth to the child who was premature, a baby boy. And the boy, while being premature, was healthy. They were able to take care of him and keep things going well. So that's a blessing in itself. That's some good news right there. And then after a couple of days, I think it was, or a couple of weeks, the mother woke up and she was it was a very grim prognosis that she would even survive. And so she woke up from her coma. She was shown a picture of her baby, and she followed the picture around the room with her eyes. She kind of watched it, and she just transfixed on it. So the mother, Sharista, still had a long road ahead of her, but mother and baby are actually doing surprisingly well after an accident like that. So
Wow, that's awesome.
Our thoughts are with the Giles family, and they certainly have a long road ahead of them. But to hear that after something like that, where even the mother had a very low chance of even surviving, the mother and the baby are both okay at this point.
That's a very inspiring story.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to stories with babies. Now that I've had kids, I'm kind of a softie. I actually cry pretty easy when I hear things like that.
Well, it's good to show your human side.
I have a human side.
Yeah, so a lot of men try to pretend they don't, but it's good to have one.
All right. Well, that's our good news recap. Just a couple stories we wanted to pull out. So thanks for watching. Like and comment. If you have any good news stories you'd like to share, go ahead and post them, and the rest of our community can read about them.
Thank you very much.
Bye.